Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
What's going on, folks? It is time for some racing. Man, in this case, we're going to go racing right here in Le Mans, France. Something a bit different tonight for the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. We are here at the world-famous Le Mans racetrack. You'll know it from the Le Mans 24-hour for the WEC endurance race. Today, though, these boys are going to be trying to go around this track. Big track here for 90 minutes. Man, who can tame this monster of a track? We've never seen anything like it on the schedule for ASRA, and right now we are going to attempt it. A lot to get into right now, and right now qualifying is underway, open qualifying. So right now everyone is not really practicing, but qualifying their time and trying to score the pole position, or even just try to stay on track. A lot of guys are struggling, but that can happen at tracks like this. So let's go down trackside, check in on qualifying, and we'll get down to it. So right now on top of the board, this is going to be the fun thing, right? Open qualifying is only 15 minutes long. So we're going to be seeing a lot of these guys struggling to put down a lap. Really, you only have about, man, two laps to put down. Lap times are about 4 minutes-ish. So you figure 15 minutes, you really only have the out lap right, and then 2 more laps to put down that fast lap. And right now, Michael Johnson is that guy who's putting down a quick lap. Lap traffic obviously involved, and all kinds of people in the way as they all try and make their move. A couple of updates real quick. Sean Conklin, there he is right there in that 38, subbing in for Drew Jua. There he is right there. Uh-oh, little shortcut. Gonna try and get his one more lap underway if he can. Right now, though, doesn't have a lap on top of the board. This is the thing, right? You can be super fast, but you might not start in the front because of this open qualifying session, so you gotta be super careful. Big shout out to the chat right now on the Race Day channel on YouTube. Appreciate y'all being here. We're gonna have some fun tonight, some road course fun. First road course of the season. All kinds of things going down here. This track, man, is pretty wild. So we're gonna have some fun today. Big track, historic track, obviously, and man, definitely a challenge for these guys. You know, Le Mans is a huge track, but it has similarities, in my opinion, at least, to maybe to like a Road America, sort of. It's not super, you know, elevated. It's sort of flat, has some elevation, but not a whole lot, you know. and but it's really, really nice for this Cup car. So it works, and it works well, especially too with the Premier Racing setup shop. Always good stuff when they're on board. So a lot of fun today. Race is going to be a bit different than what we normally see. Obviously, it's a road course, so that part is different, but we're going to also see a timed race. So this is only going to be a 90-minute race. There's no laps. It's just 90 minutes. So once the boys take the green flag, that's it. We'll have stages, but no yellow flags as normal for the stages. So at the 30-minute mark and at the 60-minute mark, basically every third of the race, we'll have the stages, points to be awarded, but we'll stay green and we'll keep it going. So don't expect to see any cautions today. Typically road courses will have local yellows, but nothing as far as full course, unless there's some kind of massive disaster on the first couple of laps, or the first lap or so, but typically we won't see that. But right now, a lot of guys getting themselves to the front. James Thurston on board. Top of the board, excuse me, 3:56.20, very fast lap. We saw a couple guys get into the 55s. Conklin, I believe, was one of them, and Van Drugman in the 55. So, but you have to lay down the lap to do it. So far, we're not seeing that. Sean Conklin in, man, trying what he can to get through it. He'll finish a lap right here. And he is very, very fast, so we'll see where he scores on the board. 2.5 minutes just about left in open qualifying. Where does Sean Conklin end up? We know he's fast, but can he get the pole today? Uh-oh. Doesn't seem like that lap registered. Again, one off track, and that goes your entire lap. They don't count that. So interesting stuff. He'll have the ability to finish this lap, but that'll be it for him. Frankie Barroso up to P2 right now in that race day machine. Love having him on board with that. Brandon 6th and 3rd. Still having showing off that green car from last week. Man, a lot of connection issues from 6 last week, unfortunately, but right now, bringing back the green, seeing if he can have a bounce back day in that paint scheme. This long straightaway, look at this. Huge, huge speed, and then all the way down to the braking zone in the first chicane on that long backstretch. We'll definitely take a ride around once the race gets going, but right now, once qualifying ends up, we'll definitely get situated here. Max Brady, 17 machine. Doesn't have the paint scheme on his car. I'm not sure if that's an error on Trading Paints. I know Trading Paints was having an issue yesterday with a lot of guys not having their paint schemes on. They had to like revert back to a prior edition and whatnot. So we might see some carryover from that with Trading Paints having some issues, but we will see. Thomas Meeks making his lap. Villalobos, Van Drugman, here he is. 54 seconds left. Trying to get their lap times. But we do this, folks, once every season. We'll do basically like a international race. Last season was Montreal. This season we're doing Le Mans here in France. Van Drugman comes out of that last chicane onto the backstretch. Brendan Fetter plays. Here he is. The man on the thumbnail. Showing some love to that Ghost 34 machine. Very fast road course driver. And this place obviously is pretty wild. Making it happen right now. If you know Le Mans at all, it's a fun lap, but it's also pretty challenging. It's not super, super easy, as the checkered flag is out. I believe they might get a lap or so, or a minute or so overtime to finish their lap. The timer runs out for qualifying, but they have like a minute or two to finish their current lap that they're on. So we'll see a lot of these guys pop on to the top of the board here in just a minute. I've got a funny feeling. Joseph Mealy, right now currently in 14th. Not too bad right there. getting through. James Kaufman holding his own. P16 right now, not too bad for the Army machine. A long race ahead, folks. An hour and a half, essentially, is what the race will be. Right now, we're kind of in that overtime period of open qualifying. They'll give them like a lap or a minute or two just to finish the lap that they're on. This track, there was 4 minutes just about, so it's a long one. We'll get to the race details and whatnot in just a little bit once we get the grid going. But man, wild race, Tim Robb. Hey, listen, I get it. Road courses aren't for everybody, but it's fun and it's necessary, I feel like, especially for skill levels and points wise. Look at this, Sean Conklin to the front. 3:55.10. Super quick lap for Conklin. So there he is, slipping in again for Drew Druva. Finds himself in the pole spot right now. Right now, though, a lot of guys still making the Drugman's up there as well. P2. About half a second off of Conklin's lap, but good stuff. We're starting to see a bunch of these guys making their laps. A lot of guys have finished their laps. A couple still going. Couple notables, by the way. Brandon Bowie doesn't look like he laid a lap down, which is unfortunate. Adam Garza as well. Who else did not lay a lap down? If you don't see him on the left side of your screen, they did not lay down a lap or weren't able to. Yeah, Brandon Bowie not able to. Garza. Some notable fast guys on the road courses were not able to really lay down some solid laps. So that's going to be interesting to see how they can get through the field. And again, without cautions, stage yellows and things like that, man, it's going to be so tough to see if they can get through to the front. Have to be flawless. Obviously, some, maybe some strategy involved. Fuel, do you take tires? Do you not take tires, right? We're looking at 3 stops for fuel in this race. So we will see. But qualifying just about done here. Looks like Thurston's still on the track right now. Trying to steal away that pole lap if he can. Not going to be enough, though. That's going to be it for him. So teammates pull it off right there. A couple of more guys still on track. Tim Robb might be able to finish his lap here, but I do know we're getting down to it. James Kaufman as well, currently 18th. Tim Robb 9th. A great run right there so far. Jacob Weiss, his teammate, has not been able to put down a lap, but tough. And for those of you who don't know, too, practice before this qualifying session is huge, because if you don't get the chance to lay a lap down, I believe it goes by your practice speeds. So, right now we're looking at Scott Gasorn, the highest driver who hasn't put a lap down. So, can't quite tell how they're going to work all that out, but iRacing does some funky things when it comes to starting grids sometimes, but we're getting to it. So, folks, big thanks again for you to stop by here and watch race day and watch the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. Going to be a fun one. 90 minutes here at Le Mans, the Cardano Grand Prix. Love having Cardano on board as usual. And this is going to be a fun one for sure. So kick back, I don't know, put us on a side monitor, grab some popcorn or some, I don't know, maybe an adult Capri Sun, and just relax. It's a Tuesday night, right? Almost halfway through the week already. We can just sit back and chill. That's what I'm doing. Going to be a fun one to watch. Right now, Conklin on the pole. Looks like everybody else. We saw Tim Robb and Villalobos trying to qualify, or trying to finish qualifying, but that looks like that's not going to be the case. So very shortly, we'll be going to the grid. Going to get this race going in no time. We will definitely bring in this race. I can't wait for it, right? Road course racing is always a good time, and you can never, ever, I don't know, that's just me, right? Road course racing in general is fun. Le Mans is pretty cool. I wish, for the road course fans out there, man, I wish they had the special event here the Le Mans 24. But I think iRacing doesn't have the rights to it or whatever. So hard to say. But Jacob Wee's still out here. Qualifying though is about to be there. It is. There's the switch over. So that is it. Here at Le Mans, we're going to get down to trackside here in just a second. Check out the grid for today's Cardano Grand Prix.
Figuring out that switch was a kind of long, really fun process during season 1. Ben had
Okay, so YouTube decided to completely just destroy itself on me, so all good. Watching some Severance clips for those of you who are into that show. Oh, man. Hey, we're live, baby. Things can happen. So, starting from the front row, Sean Conklin is the pole sitter. James Thurston going to be right there in P2. Nice and close by. Van Drugman, third spot. Frankie Barroso, Brandon, 6. P4 and 5 teammates. Michael Johnson in P6. John Hagen, P7. Brandon Fetterplace in 8th. Tim Robb in P9. Devin Sprecher, 10th. Ethan Delaire, nice run right there in P11. Zelazny, Max Brady, 12th and 13th. Jackson Anderson rolls off right here in 14th. Mark Whitley, 15th. Joseph Mealy, 16th. Matthew Fleming in P17. 18th, James Kaufman. Adam Garza, 19th. Daryl Young in P20. Rounding out the top 20 is Brandon Bowie. 20th through 30th, Brandon Bowie. Will Doe, Spencer Burns in 23rd, but he'll be getting an EOL for his penalty from last week. Ryan Sharp in 24th. Jacob Weist, 25th. Villalobos, 26th. Jacob Emery. Oh, we're behind the trees now. We'll get it. Albert Forrester, 28th. Austin Salyers, 29th. Larson, 30th. Landon Bednards, 31st. Scott Casorn, 32nd. And then Thomas Meeks rounding out the field there in 33rd next to James Kaufman. So, man, good stuff right now. We're going to get down to it. We lost our music. It's all good. We don't need music when you have these 30-plus engines roaring around Le Mans, which we're going to get to right now. A lot on the line at the beginning also of the Cardano Endurance Cup. Man, going to be a lot of fun. Again, no yellows planned for today. There's no stages. Nothing wild in that regard. But let's get it going. That timer up top, that'll reset here in just a second once they take the green flag. But we have an hour and a half of Le Mans. That Porsche pace car right now rounding those Porsche curves. Michelin right there. We're going to get down to it, folks. Hit the like button, subscribe button. Really appreciate you all being here today for this race and supporting the channel, supporting the league as well. Man, tell me who your favorite is already. Big time road course ringers here. Who can it be? Conklin coming in to steal one. We've seen subs come into races before and get wins. Will we see it again? Thurston, Barroso, Drugman, 6. A lot of big favorites here in the road course scene. About to get going here. Pace car. About to pull it off. Here we go. Pace car. Gonna pull off here. These couple of S's. We're gonna get this Cardano Grand Prix underway. Conklin in Thurston up front. They are the leaders. 30-plus drivers takes the green flag here at Le Mans. And we are off. The Cardano Grand Prix is green. Already 3 wide into turn 1. Conklin misses turn one, gonna scooch on through. You gotta be careful there. A lot of black flags gonna be given out. Time penalties. Through the first couple of S's. Conklin a little loose right there. Gonna be so careful. Cold tires will be a big storyline today if drivers decide to take tires in these pit stops. Thurston already making a move here. We're gonna come down the long straightaways. Man, what a great exit for Conklin. This long straight. They are not playing around right here. Big time draft implications. But then a huge braking zone right here into the first chicane. A great passing zone. You've got to be so careful though. Further back in the field, still too wide here for the most part. Everyone's still making their way through. Got to be so careful. A lot of guys in the back, still straight, which is good. Nobody really out of shape. Kaufman back here as well, Forster. Very impressive so far by these drivers. Brandon 6 up to third spot right there. Big old parade here of Boo Esport drivers. 6, Barroso, and then Michael Johnson all there. Thurston actually falls back a little bit. He's right now currently in 5th. Oh no, Frankie Barroso way off right here in the back. Big damage to that left front. Oh, man. Let's go back real quick if we can find it. And find it quick. We'll see it here. Kind of locks it up a little bit maybe. Comes off into the corner. Oh, off the rumble strips. Then hard into that wall. Unfortunate for Frankie Barroso. We will try to get to all the wrecks as we can see them happen, folks. It's going to be a lot to try and wind down, try and figure out. But right now, up front, Conklin, Drugman 6, your top 3. Thurston back up to P4. Johnson, Hagen. Oh no, Conklin way off pace right here. Spins out the leader. He can keep it going so far. He's good. Looks like Garza's as well off pace as well. Oh no, in the back. Frankie Barroso, Villalobos, Van Drugman's also off track here. Ryan Sharp. We weren't kidding, folks. This track is not easy at all. A lot of guys in the back. Frankie, man, having just an absolute horrible lap. Just hate to see it. Hate to see it, but look at this. Up front, Brandon 6 takes the lead. Little slapperoo right there from the back end of James Thurston into 6, but man, these two guys going for it. They know there's no cautions, right? This is going to be a green race the entire time, unless for whatever reason we have just a track filled, just mess, right? But not even the end of lap 1 yet, and we are already seeing some crazy stuff. Let's see actually if I can find what happened to Conklin real quick. He was by himself, so here we go. As they come across right here, going to be finishing lap 1. There we go. Thurston, the lead. 6 in P2, and then Hagen, 3rd spot. Let's go back real quick to Sean Conklin's issue. Comes down into Indianapolis, they call this corner right here. I think just kind of overheats it. Yeah, just flat misses it. Van Drugman actually misses it as well, it looks like. They were both going to go off anyway. But that right there is huge. Garza off as well, but looks like he's going to be okay there. And then what happens back here? We'll kind of go back to it. So here's the same replay, but I want to watch back at Frankie Barroso. Him and a few others, Ryan Sharp, I believe, as well, got involved right here as well on the after this all went down. So what happens here? Yeah, see, Frankie's already kind of slowing down. Ooh, Wildo just moves across the nose. Unfortunate. Big implications here already. Nothing happened while we were under that review, so right now Thurston's still the leader. An hour, 24 minutes left to go. Brandon 6, John Hagen Hagen, hey, won the last 2 races. Can he go 3 for 3 here and pull a Christopher Bell early in the season and get this thing done? We'll see. Long way to go. Michael Johnson in P4, Fetter Place up to P5. Looking good so far. Yeah, that right there with, Drugman and Conklin, they both kind of missed the corner. I think Conklin more so, but that can happen. Long way to go, though. These guys are fast, right? They're not going to be out of this by any means. Conklin right now, he's back here with Garza in P9, about, 8 seconds back. So definitely can make that up, but that's a huge amount of time to lose. But Thurston up front here. We know this man's fast, right? And he's, honestly, he's on my list for the next one to win a race. I really feel like James Thurston can get this thing done. Just a second here. We're going to go Hosky hot lap on board James Thurston. We'll show you a hot lap around Le Mans from the leader. Once he gets back across the line, we'll do that for you folks. But a bunch of guys here back at the field. And again, Max Brady's paint scheme still not loading, so I apologize for that. Maybe it could be on his end too, but unsure as to why. Quick check on back at the field. Everyone seems to be doing pretty good. A couple of cars keeping it straight. Bednard's looking good. Emery Meeks here. This is a good idea, right? If you're not into road course racing, it's a good move to just kind of chill, right? You don't need to send it. Just make sure that you come home with a clean car, and man, you're going to get some points, right? That can definitely happen. Ooh, Will Doe going to scooch on through. Missed that corner a bit. So far, so good, though. Not a lot of changes up front. Van Drugman kind of got the worst of that between him and Conklin. Right now, Drugman in 13th. 14 seconds back. Again, still able to make it up, right? It's a long race. These guys were about, a second a lap faster, if not 2, faster than the majority of the field. So they can make it happen for sure over the course of the next hour and 20 minutes. It's just a matter of being careful with it. Austin Sayers around, looks like. Keeps it going. We'll definitely try and keep you folks up to date on what's going on in the field. I've got a nice little tool here that shows me things that are going down in the field. So good stuff. Ethan Delaire right now looking up pretty good. P12. Newcomer into the series. Not a bad move right now. 13th. Uh-oh, Delaire, no! The commentator curse. I did it. I'm so sorry. And the Starbucks machine. Lordy. Hate to be that guy, but it can happen. It's a Fetter Place dropping a spot right now to Conklin. Mealy goes around. I'm being told. Let's take a look. Might loop it here the same way Delaire did. This is turn 2. Oh, lordy. Little self-spin. No harm, no foul there. We will definitely get to that hot lap. I just want to watch out for everyone around the field here. This is going to be a drawn-out race, right? This isn't going to be like your typical, Talladega 3 wide for, 15 rows, right? It's going to be a lot of this, strategy, kind of figuring out, rhythm, right? Just getting yourself into that rhythm. Spencer Burns here making a move on, man, Mealy as well. Couldn't quite get there. Looking pretty good. Up to 23rd right now after his EOL, so not too bad so far. Definitely a fast driver. Ryan Sharp here. 19th, Frankie Barroso up to 20th. So he has some time to gain as well, but a lot can happen in a short time, folks. So up front, James Thurston, not quite back to the front of the field just yet, but we can definitely... Oh, better place. Hold on to it. Got super loose right there out of that corner. Mark Whitley. Mark has been pretty good on road courses, I feel like. He hasn't really... I don't think he's going to win on a road course in this series, but man, he's a guy that's always there at the end, right? Top 10 talent, especially with, I mean, how many we have here? It's a lot of really good drivers. Mark Whitley down this long straightaway. There's a couple long straightaways here. This one right here is probably my favorite. This corner, Indianapolis, is a lot of fun. Jackson Anderson. Oh, boy, maybe not. Anderson goes around. Okay, not bad. Slightly overcooked to that braking zone, but we keep her going. Good stuff out of Jackson. Ethan Delaire recovered well after his incident a second ago in turn 1. Josh Larson. Bunch of these guys right here. Larson and Fleming. I've known these guys for a long time. And on the flagship team right here. And they are not... road courses are not their favorite, but they show up every single time and put in their best effort. And, hey, we love that. This is free points, right? I keep saying to these guys, man, road courses, in my opinion, are free... Oh, Daryl Young. Hold on to her. Lordy. He's good. We're good. All the marbles spraying up onto the track. It's tough. It is not an easy place to go around. Bednar's right now doing pretty good too. All right, James Thurston. Let's take a look real quick on board Thurston's machine. Where can we get a look? Here we go. Down this long straightaway here, James Thurston on the move. 5.5 seconds, almost 6 seconds now in the lead. We know how fast Thurston is. And this Murphy Esport driver definitely looking pretty good early. Very, very fast, 190 miles an hour down to this hard braking zone here into the first chicane. Nice and smooth, pretty simple corners. But man, that transition between braking zone and full throttle is pretty wild. Now this next one, it's a left-hander, but on exit, it's super loose. You'll see it happen right now in just a second, but man, Hosky hot lap on board James Thurston. 200 marker, hard braking zone. Good stuff so far. Hey, it's a 4-minute lap. It's a long one. And these drivers will definitely have to practice. Not practice. Well, they probably should have practiced before this race, but pit is what I meant at some point. We're expecting this to be a 3-lapper or a 3 pit stop race. Another huge braking zone here. Down into this hard right-hand corner. And then one more long straight as we've seen. This will be a good onboard. So what we just saw earlier with Drugmans and Conklin, right, spinning out in Indianapolis, I've mentioned it a few times. It's right up here. Little dog leg right in this long braking zone up ahead. Watch this. Hard braking zone, but you're turning as well. You gotta be careful. Don't kick out those back tires. And then back to the left. Not as easy as it looks right there. Good stuff from the top of the field. Thurston up front. Conklin all the way already back up to P2 maybe. Who was that? Oh, I thought I saw Johnson come off track. He's good. But Conklin already on the move up to P2. Eight seconds back now, though. So that gap has pretty much stayed the same. but he still finds himself in P2. So, man, good stuff. 6 in third spot, Johnson, and then John Hagen, P5. Adam Garza, great bounce back here, too. Up to P6. These guys had that issue, Van Drugman, on lap 1, but right now, man, they are making it happen. That's why I always say, right, if you're going to make a mistake, do it now. Don't do it later in the race. Just how these guys get involved in a wreck, I believe. Take a quick look real fast. Race day replay. Oh, man, yeah, Villalobos and Larson. Again, that corner seems to be the troubled one. Very, very hard braking zone. Difficult to get through it. Brandon Billy making his way up to P9 right now. It's a good start to his race. Already, though, an hour and 13 minutes away from finishing this race. James Kaufman goes off the track right there. Keeps it going, I believe. Maybe Bednards as well. Nope, he keeps it. Look at all the gravel in that corner. Holy crap. That's probably why they're getting loose, because, man, all that gravel will definitely get under the tires, and it will not be fun. No, it will not be. So far, though, top 10's looking pretty stout right now. Fetter Place, Max Brady up to P10. Looking good there. Weist up to P11. Devin Schmecker not doing too bad himself in that 26 machine. Tim Robb, Anderson. Good recoveries by a lot of these guys, too, so good stuff. Quick check on the race details real fast, just to give you folks an idea of what we're going to be dealing with today as the race progresses. Race length is 90 minutes. Obviously, we're already into that right now. Stage 1 is 30 minutes into the race, and then Stage 2 is 60 minutes in. So obviously, there's no laps here, so we have to go by a time format. So right now, it's an hour and 12 minutes left to go. In 12 minutes will be the end of Stage 1. So we'll keep the race green, but points will be awarded for the top 10 at that time. Super unique format, right? Normally we've had road courses, having actual stage ending yellows, right? But not today. Emery, I believe, went around here. Oh, no! Is this right at the entrance of the long straightaway? Yes, it is, I believe. Keeps it going, that Harpoon design machine. Let's take a look back real fast. What happens to Emery? Comes around. Maybe gets a little wide here. Yeah, into the grass, goes around. Not a super hard hit, but man, that grass can be ice a lot of the time. Got to be really careful. Also hearing, hold on now, Devin Schmecker maybe had an issue a second ago. Max Brady potentially as well. Let's see if this... down into the hard braking zone. Does he get it down? Oh, just loops it. Just like that. Oh, no. Who was that? Oh, Lord. Devin Schmecker does it again. Let's take a look. Oh, God. Here we go. Devin Schmecker in the same corner we just saw Max Brady loop around in. Doesn't get it slowed down. And that's going to be it right there for Devin Schmecker's race, man. 3 straight races of just heartbreak. Not good for that 26 drip drops machine. Hate to see it. You definitely hate to see it, but man, that can happen. I mentioned it before the race. I'm like, hey, that corner in particular I can see somebody just sending it or breaking too late or, you know, whatever, locking him up. And that's what happened, unfortunately, to Smecker. So that's going to be a third straight race that just did not go his way. James Thurston up front. Conklin up in P2. Michael Johnson in third spot. Man, what a good run for Michael Johnson last week. Just unfortunately got taken out late in the race. That win's coming, though, for sure. But he's in third spot right now, about 13 seconds back of the leader. John Hagan as well, and then Brandon 6. Rest of the top 10, Adam Garza in P6. Brandon Bowie P7. Drugmond in 8th. Better place in P9. And then Jacob Wiest in 10th. Teammate right behind him in 11th, Tim Robb. So good stuff right now for the top 10. We have 8 minutes or so to go until the end of stage number 1. At some point, we're going to see these guys come down pit road. I don't know if it's going to be before the stage or after. It's kind of right on the line as far as fuel mileage is concerned. So that's going to be really what I'm going to want to see. We're going to watch this battle right here as Drugmond and Bowie. Man, Drugmond not giving him any room. Hearing about Gasorn right here. Yeah, into the little S's right there at the end of the lap. Oh man, Garza bouncing off the side of Bowie. Man, Garza getting pretty racy right there, but hey, that's road course racing at its finest, right? I mean, man, if you guys have ever done a GT3 race or you know, things like that, man, you know how that racing can be. And these cars, these next gens, are basically a GT3 to some degree in design. And they race pretty similar as well, so. Good stuff, though, right now in the field. Bunch of drivers making their way through. Frankie Barroso still climbing through the ranks here. P14 is not bad. Oh, Jackson Anderson around, I think. Yes, he does. Misses the corner, but Frankie's right behind him. Has some left side damage. Oh no, big wreck right here. It sounds like, oh yeah, melee around. We saw Zelazny as well, maybe. Zelazny keeps it going. Different corners, different problems. For multiple drivers. Hey, there we go, track map. Perfect. Didn't think it would work, but it does, so that's awesome. So the driver, folks, that is lime green will be the driver that we're looking at. If you see them in red, it's usually bad news. That means they're going to be off track. So Villalobos right here, off track into the gravel. Not good right there. But you can just see, right, how big this track is. A lot of drivers. Many mistakes here and there, but this is one of those races that you just survive, right? Get as many points as you can. Stage points ideally, right, for these guys in the top 10, but man, these guys right here, really good battle. Drugmond, Garza, and Bowie. All switching spots these last couple of laps. Looking pretty good. 5 minutes left here until we get to the end of stage 1, which is when we'll hand out points for stages. James Thurston still in the front, but look at that right behind him. You see Conklin. He's catching, sort of. Still 8 seconds back behind Thurston. He is on the way. Michael Johnson not too far, 15 seconds. Hagan, 17 and a half. Brandon 6. Not too far back, 20 seconds on back two. So, hey, if you've ever watched an F1 race, you'll know how crazy these intervals can get, right? That's racing. Here we go. Green flag pit stops. Zelazny, Wildo, Larson, and Villalobos all coming down pit road here. Pit road a little awkward here. It's kind of like coming down to Watkins Glen, right? The pits are on the other side. Looks like they're all doing their thing, so good stuff. A lot of guys taking 4 tires, it looks like. Not a bad move, but I feel like if you're in the front of the pack, you're probably not going to take tires, right? With this current car, this current model, you really don't have to. As they all come down pit road, Larson here, fix some damage. Villalobos, Wildo. Bunch of guys making their moves now on to pit road. And one thing, too, that I feel like we have to talk about, this is probably going to be a 3-stop race, but I have, if my notes are correct, I have a feeling that somebody might try and attempt a 2-stopper. The laps here are so long, pit stops take a while too, right? Getting down that pit road, so I think maybe somebody might try it. I don't know. We've seen it before where guys just kind of come out of nowhere and have this insane fuel mileage, you know. But we'll see. A lot can change in this race. Still about an hour left to go. Just about almost the end of stage 1. Couple more takers down pit road. Emery here and Bednards. Looking good right there. Number 16, the Wise Owl Machine, man. Love that paint. Looking very, very fast. Well, so far, right now, it's, man, an hour and 2 minutes left to go. A lot to still go on. Trevor Zelazny, I'm being told, is off track. Ooh, Anderson was right there as well. Mark Whitley right now in P16. Doing a good job, right? Not doing, I mean, bad. Car looks clean. Just getting through the race. Here we go. Leaders come down pit road here. 2 minutes left to go in the stage. Excuse me. So Thurston, Conklin, Michael Johnson all come down pit road here. Hagen, Drugmond. So all these guys, keep in mind, are going to give up stage points. So stage 1's going to be given away here pretty handedly. Brandon 6, though, hey, look at this. Did not come down pit road. So remember when I said, hey, is somebody going to save fuel here? I think 6 is going to try and do it. We're a minute and a half away from the end of stage 1. So there you go. A couple of stops right here. Who takes tires? Who doesn't? Looks like Van Drugman might have taken tires there. Garza as well. Potentially. Thurston already off. Conklin as well. So yeah, so might not be a lot of takers as far as tires, but it could happen. Bunch more guys down here. Dallaire, Whitley, Sharp, and Burns all making their way down to pit road. This is going to severely shake up stage 1. If there are more to stay out, right? I mean, obviously, you know, the lead is pretty big by a lot of these guys in the top 10, so they're probably going to still finish in the top 10, but as we see, James Thurston on track still maintains P2 because the gap was so big. But a couple snuck in. Tim Robb up to P10. Pretty good right here. So Brandon 6, though, the only one who didn't pit there out of the leaders. So as right now, we're about to hit it. 3, 2, 1. Bam. Stage 1 ends right there. So Brandon 6 is the stage 1 winner. Followed by Thurston, Conklin, Johnson, Drugmond, Garza, Bowie, Weist, Fetterplace, And then Tim Robb will be the top 10. Just like that. Nice and easy. So Brandon 6. I think I just heard him shut his car off too, so that's interesting to hear. Looks like he is going to be in fuel-saving mode. James Thurston up to P2. Conklin right here in P3. Michael Johnson. Van Drugman. Good stuff. Now that stage 1 is over, folks, let's take a quick break. We'll go and thank some sponsors here and come right back. We'll go race day nonstop.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Doggy bowl empty, Lakers pool sleeping, Rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, Rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
So you just saw it right there, folks, coming back to the Cardano Grand Prix. Brandon 6 comes down pit road right now with 57 minutes left to go in the race. John Hagen just spun out as well. Pretty big damage, unfortunately, for him. Where's Hagen? There he is. P11 right now. Has some front end damage. You saw it as we were nonstop. Maybe not bad damage. Left front a little bit, but back down to P11. Brandon 6, though, does come down pit road, which, hey, if he can do that once more, I think he's going to make it on fuel. That's pretty big for that 66. Everyone else, I feel like, has made their bed in regards to their strategy for fuel and whatnot. So 6, I feel like right now might be the early favorite. I know right now he's currently in 4th place, but if he can pit once more and that's it, that might be an easy W on the day if nobody else picked up on that. So we'll see. A long race to go. Mistakes can happen. Sean Conklin, though, is up front. Back up to... What happened to... hold on now. James Thurston. Thurston's off the track in 31st. James Thurston. Oh, God. What happened? Trying to see if I can find out what happened. Hold on. All right, so while we were in race day nonstop, here we go. James Thurston. Check this out. Comes down. Yeah, did he blow his engine? He parks it right here at the end of pit road. Oh, no. Let's see real quick. We'll find it. This could be it right. Oh, it's already blown right there. Oh, no. It's not going to tell us where he blew it up because it didn't cause a caution or scenario or an off track. But, oh, no. Thurston looks like he came maybe out of the last couple of corners and just blew it up. Oh, man. Ryan Sharp back into the pits as well. In 24th. Unfortunate. Huge blow to James Thurston. Getting word Daryl Young also crashed here a second ago as well. Let's take a look. Back end damage already. Front of the car looks pretty good though. Just locks her up. Almost does the same thing that Hagen did. But gets it back going. Good stuff out of Daryl Young. Oh no, how did he blow up though? We can't go back and look at it because there's no like, you know, there's no marker for that as far as like what to look for. But man, that sucks. I don't know how he blew up. Did he, you know what? Could be a bad downshift. Could be, man, a lot of things can go wrong. Right, you downshift too many. You rev the car up too high, it could blow it. But even then, like, man. Unfortunate. Either way, Sean Conklin up to P1 right here. After his lap 1 incident, man, that was pretty wild. So Conklin has a 11.6 second lead here on Michael Johnson. Looking very fast. Drugman as well, back up to P3. 15 seconds back. 6 is about 20 seconds back. But again, 6 is on that alternate pit strategy. So watch out for Brandon 6. I feel like he's got something for these boys that we don't know about yet. Bowie up to P5, a good recovery from him. Didn't qualify all too well. Qualified 21st. And right here up to P5, really good move. Garza, kind of the same story. Qualified 19th. Here he is up to P6. So good stuff. Weist, man, really impressive by Weist. These guys, they told me, hey, they were practicing all week. And you can tell, right? This is what I mean by, hey, you might not be the best road course driver, right? Best road course racer, whatever. But take the setup, put some time into it, right? In these oddball tracks, right? We don't go here a lot or do tracks like this a lot, but it's so easy points. And that could be it. Tim Robb, his teammate, maybe went around here. Keeps it going. Not too bad, though, in that last chicane. But, yeah, but this is a good example, right? Jacob Weist, you're P7, 18 spots up from where you qualified. This is huge, right? Just race your race, race the racetrack. Don't make mistakes. And this could be a very good points day for you. Good stuff. Better place, P8. Frankie Barroso has worked his way back up to P9 after his myriad of issues on that first lap. Man, pretty wild stuff. But that damage, he'll notice that damage on the backstretch right here. But not so much necessarily in the corners. He might a little bit. The car might be a little bit more tight. But overall, still looks like he has this pace to score top 10. So not too bad right here. John Hagen, P11, has that left front damage. Unfortunate. Landon Bernard's getting word. Yes, he does. Around here. Oh, maybe kept it off the wall. Good stuff. Keep her going. We got this. Goat is leading. I mean, he's got it. Hey, 6 seconds back. He might have had an issue there a second ago because that lap or that lead was not 6 seconds a moment ago. Let's take a look back. Here's what happened to the leader. Sean Conklin. Oh, boy. Tokyo Drift. Keeps it going. Hey, look at. See, this is a good example, right? Even the best of the best can make mistakes. And that right there didn't cost him a lot, but it did cost him about 8 or 9 seconds. And just like that, right? Michael Johnson he's kind of in the radar now. 7 seconds back, 8.5, 9 for Drugman. It can happen. It's always funny to me, right? Because these boys aren't used to this, right? Typically last season, for those of you who weren't around last season, we had, like stage yellows and things like that, right? But nothing in the sense of like what we're doing now. There's no stage yellows in this race or in any race this season. So we still have the stages, but not the yellows. And that can sometimes make for really, really long green flag runs. And, with that, it comes down to, pit strategy and tire saving and things like that, right? So A lot of that these guys aren't used to all the time, and that definitely makes a big, big difference. But still, long way to go. Almost halfway here in this race. Nice thing about timed races is that you know exactly when they're going to end. It's not going to be a caution fest or caution filled into the race, right? No green, white checkers. It is what it is. And yeah, so far good stuff. Oh no, 6 goes around here in the last corner. Right at the last corner. Before the stripe. Let's go back real quick. Comes in. Kind of comes in hot. Good corner right there, but this second one, oh! Oh man, yeah, that red sausage curve, they call it. Just went over it a little too much. Kept it going. Not a huge loss in time. Maybe 4 or 5 seconds, but that could be enough, right? If you're on that alternate fuel strat, you really have to not make mistakes. So we will see. Conklin up front still. Michael Johnson in P2. Yeah, so look at that. Already 8-second gap right now. So Johnson gained some time with Conklin having the issue, but it's not going to be enough as of now. Bunch of drivers will do right here. Up to P21. Up a spot from where he qualified, so right about where he is speed-wise. Not too bad. Villalobos has had some bad luck tonight for sure, too. Just actually crashed a second ago. Let's take a look. See if we can find out what went down here. Oh, yeah, again. Right here in Indianapolis. Comes in. Yeah, just too hot, right? Too hot. Didn't take much of an arc there either, which can definitely hurt your pit entry. As Will Doe comes down pit road here a little early. See some left side damage, but not a whole lot. So maybe he's coming down tires or whatnot. We will see. But that Will Doe machine on pit road. Tires, no tires, fuel only. Damage, it looks like. Oh, Michael Johnson off track right here. Oh, man. P2. With the mistake. Let's take a look real fast. Don't think it was much. Oh, just overcooked it. Right side damage. Maybe not a lot, though. Not a lot, though. Just a scrape. And then I'm hearing about Scott Gasorn. Last couple of corners here. Taking it kind of slow and... But man, what happens here? Oh, gosh. Cooked it. But we keep it going, though. Daryl Young goes around. Last corner. Or first couple of corners, excuse me. So, Conklin up front still. Drugman up to P2 after Johnson's issue right there going around. So about almost 10 seconds away from the leader. Michael Johnson, third spot. Brandon Bowie up to P4. 23 seconds back, but again, still cruising. Still getting through it. About to be halfway here in 15 seconds. So good race so far. Garza, great run, top 5. Up 14 spots. Brandon 6. Lost a spot right there to Garza, but I think we know at this point what's going on, right? He's saving fuel to try and get himself onto that one more stop strategy. So we'll see if that can work. Weist up to P7 still. Just super, super good move here for him. Joseph Mealy. Let's take a look back actually at him real quick. Want to ride on board, show you folks the second half of this this road course. It's pretty wild. Hosky hot lap here. We're going to watch on board and see what happens. Tight right-hand corner. Kind of a long straightaway here. Obviously, Mealy's going to be struggling a little bit. Got to be careful on the initial acceleration because that can definitely be a problem, right? Got to ease onto the throttle in this car. But look at this. Last couple corners here. Nice sweeping right-hander. Get down to that curb and take the apex. This next corner, it's a lot faster than you think it is. Get really close to that blue wall. Keeps it going though. One more soft left right here. Then this next right and left, you can really kind of power through it. And here are these curbs here too. Look at these. We saw Gasorn and then 6. Not this one, but this next one. This next right. That big red sausage curb can be a problem. Come down to the stripe here for Joseph Mealy, man. Good stuff. Has his hands full, obviously, but hey, that's... Again, this place is not the easiest. Le Mans is known for, man, all kinds of endurance racing. Le Mans 24 of the WEC, right? IMSA has the Daytona 24-hour. WEC has Le Mans, and this place is a lot of fun. Actually, was it last year or the year before? If you saw all the hype about the Hendrick NASCAR race car in Le Mans, that's where this was. Very cool. So, Cup cars, sort of, have run around Le Mans before, so something different, right? These cars, there's nothing wrong with traditional road courses that, you know, we see NASCAR go to, right? You know, Watkins Glen, Sonoma, things like that. But here in the ASRA, I personally like to see these guys go to different places that you don't expect, right? A lot of these are going to be one-offs, you know. Chances of us going back to Le Mans, probably slim, right? But we always want to try different things and just to see if we can push the boundaries of what this car can do, but also what NASCAR could do, right, in the future. For a while, there were talks that, you know, NASCAR might go to the Montreal track, the road course, and we went there last season, and man, that was a lot of fun. That was great. But here, Le Mans, I don't know, you know, I don't know if we're going to see NASCAR come here, but, you know, they're already starting to peak themselves into international territory with Mexico City this season. So, and I know that's coming to the sim as well in the near future. So, pretty cool stuff. I can promise you, you will see us in Mexico City. Probably the season that it drops in. I'm hoping next season, but we'll see. Right now, good stuff, though. This is also, by the way, as speaking of Cardano Endurance Cup, look at this. Adam Garza, Brandon Six, really fighting for it. Doing very good. We'll keep it on Garza for a second. I want to talk about the Cardano Endurance Cup. So this season, what we're doing, it's very, very cool. So the Cardano is coming on board, obviously, for this race, but also the all 3 road course races this season. So what we're doing is basically a tournament, in some word. Every road course race that we go to, this one right here, Le Mans, Sebring, later on in the regular season, and then Road America in the playoffs. What we do is we take all the full-time drivers, we put their points together out of those 3 road course races, and whoever has the most is the Cardano Endurance Cup champion. They get a nice trophy sponsored by Sick Trophies. Very good people over there, and $100. So hey, not too shabby. Garza, though, looking really, really good. Up right here to P5. We'll definitely get some onboard action from Garza here in the upcoming future. But for now, we're going to just kind of take a look around and see what's going on. Sean Conklin, man. Again, subbing in for Jujua. Jujua is a full-time driver, but couldn't make it for tonight's race. And Conklin, man, dominating so far. Had an issue in about halfway through the first lap, but keeps it going. And looks like the man to beat right now. Or is he? Right in 6 on that alternate pit strategy that we saw. It's going to come down to these guys, I feel like, right? Conklin or 6. Which strategy will work? We know Drugman is fast in that 14. Man, he was flying last week in Charlotte. Cannot wait to see what he can do as the season goes on for sure. But 10 seconds back, almost 11. On his way, though. Michael Johnson, 3rd spot. Doing good. Brandon Bowie up to P4. Then Garza in 5th. Jackson Anderson, I'm being told, is around maybe... Oh, has some big damage there on the right side. Oh, no. Let's see if we can find out what happened real quick. Already has the damage there on the right side. So what happens here? Oh, yeah, just loops it. It's so frustrating, this car, because on road courses, it really feels like you can fly around this place because there's grip in odd spots, right? But when the track is this long and the lap time is this big, right, you're going to see lap times or different spots on the track have grip and some don't, right? So that's the tough part. You really have to navigate kind of, you know, where that grip comes from. As we see Josh Larson coming down pit road here, Meeks as well. So flagship drivers coming down pit road, servicing their cars. 38 minutes left to go in the race. About 8 minutes now away from pit road. I'm sorry, stage 2 finish. Pit road that we will see pretty soon, though. Now, the fact that Sean Conklin and company, Drugman, Johnson, Wright, Bowie, all these guys came down pit road with about 2 minutes left to go in stage 1. So that tells me, roughly, that I kind of expect these guys to come down pit road probably next time by, I would imagine. We're seeing Michael Johnson come down the start-finish line now. So I expect to see a lot of these guys coming down next lap, I feel like. If they can make it on fuel. Again, it's a 4-minute lap. You really have to make sure you know what you're doing and getting to pit road early. Johnson, though, looking pretty good. Drugman actually down to P4. I'm not sure what happened. Is Drugman off the track? I don't see him. Oh no, Drugman looks like he dropped out of the race. Not sure if that was a connection issue or not, but he is gone. Oh man, huge hit for Drugman. Could be a connection issue for Drugman. Don't see any alerts from him or any wrecks that he was involved with. Man, tough break for a couple of guys. Man, that's like 3 weeks in a row now where we have seen connection issues really screw a couple of our top guys. I mean, you know, I think about Brandon Six last week being dropped a couple times by his computer the week before in Pocono with Smecker in his internet. And then now Drugman. Man, hate to see. Will Doe crashed, I'm being told. Down into Indianapolis. And he locked tight. Nope, just didn't have enough stopping power. Okay, got through it. Not bad. Good recovery. Zelazny comes down pit road right here for his machine. So where's Conklin in all this? Down the back straight right here. Again, 35 minutes left to go. 5 minutes until the end of stage 2. I'm expecting to see these guys come down pit road this time by. If they don't, I'll be kind of shocked, to be honest, because I feel like they can't go the same distance unless they're trying to save fuel now when they weren't before, right? Maybe they caught on to what Six was doing, but we will see this next time by. Wheel damage for Will Doe, I'm being told. Man, Anderson down. Villalobos comes down into the pretty unique pit road entry right here. Got to be careful. Really, really slow. Down into it. There he comes. By the way, folks, big thanks to SimCams, man. These guys are incredible. Whiplash SimCams. Always good camera angles for us. And, man, do a good job. Uh-oh, Brandon Sixon being... let's take a look. Tells me that Six had an issue here. Does that, in fact, happen? Whoa! Around he goes! Keeps it off the wall, man. Good stuff. I think just too much brake input, because the back end just kicked out. That tells me he was at full lock on the brakes. So again, 2 mistakes out of Brandon Six. But we've really seen... Oh, here we go. Sean Conklin down pit road like I expected. So here he is. Michael Johnson, I expect him to come down pit road too. Here he is as well. Bowie. Looks like he might stay out. No, he doesn't. Comes down as well. So this is huge. Look at this pit road. Look, it's a road course in itself to come down pit road. Garza. Oh, no! Goes around and locks it up. That might be a black flag for a bad pit entry. We will see. It's kind of funky right there. What's considered off track or isn't. As Six stays out. So Conklin already out of his pit box. Brandon Six right here as well in P2. Not going to get that lead like he wanted to. Again, multiple mistakes in that stage 2 that kind of did that, unfortunately, but that can happen. Bunch of more guys coming down pit road. Frankie Barroso, Fetter Place. Hagen down here in P9 comes down as well. Yes, bunch of drivers comes down. Whitley. Did he save fuel to get some stage points? We'll wait and see here. Looks like he might be coming down. He's starting to angle that right way. Maybe I'm wrong. Nope, here he comes. Look at this pit road entrance right here. A couple of chicanes here and... Good stuff. So he comes down pit road. Hagen, Rob, Spencer Burns as well. All down pit road. Ethan Delaire having a good run right now. Hey, top 13's pretty good. Love that. Max Brady down as well. Mealy. Expect to see a lot of drivers come down pit road now, but top 10 has already come down into pit road. The top 10 is pretty well locked in as far as 4 of the stages. Burns tires. Good move. A lot of these guys, right? If you're a Conklin, a 6, right? You've got this lead. It might be smart to take tires, right? Because you have the lead. You can afford to do that. But at the same time, cold tires are insane. They are so hard to work with. And not always the best thing to choose. Gasor not doing too bad. 24th spot, up 8 positions. Thomas Meeks in P23. So far, so good. Shout out to PremierRacingSetups.com. Man, these guys are incredible. They got us this setup for today's race as well as the entire season to make this thing possible. Hey, this Le Mans doesn't have a default iRacing setup, right, for the Cup car. So we had to go through them, and man, we are so happy we did because they just provide us excellent setups week in and week out, and we can't do it without them. So happy to have them on board, as always. So, Sean Conklin, your leader right now, 10 seconds away from the end of stage 2, here at the 60-minute mark. 2/3 into the race. And there we go. Sean Conklin is the stage 2 winner. Gets himself some points. Obviously, points don't count for him necessarily because he's not a full-time driver, but hey, those 10 points goes towards the team, and that could be just as important at the end of the season. So Conklin, 6, Johnson, Bowie, Garza, and then Weiss, Fetter Place, Barroso, Robb, and Hagen will be your top 10 for stage points. Good stuff by these guys. So now, hey, 29 minutes to go. Long way still to happen. Adam Garza. Oh, and don't be alarmed, folks. It says 29 laps to go, or 29 to go, excuse me. It's not laps, it's just minutes. For some reason, when it flips over to this, it doesn't show the actual seconds, but it is it is still minutes. It didn't convert to laps. So Garza up to P5, Bowie up to 4th place. So far, so good. Green flag pit stops well underway. Brandon 6 has not come down pit road yet from P2. Looks like he's going to be giving it one more go here, one more lap. So we'll step aside again, folks, for a second. Go and thank our sponsors on Race Day Nonstop. We'll come right back.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like doggy bowl empty, Vegas full sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
Welcome back, folks, to the Cardano Grand Prix of Le Mans, right here for the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. Watching right now, Mark Whitley in P11, making a good headway to the top 10. Very consistent and very safe race so far, but that can be, that's all it takes, right? Have a good race. Top 10 finish is a good day at a track like this, so good stuff. Front of the field, still Sean Conklin. 26 minutes left to go in this race. Brandon 6, P2. Expect him to pit, I would imagine, this time by. In that green machine, Michael Johnson 3rd, Brandon Bowie in 4th. Not surprised to see these Bowie eSport drivers in the top 5, right? 6, Johnson, Bowie. These guys are always really, really fast. Frankie Barroso, we know, is great on road courses as well, but unfortunately that lap 1 issue really did not help his case for the race. Fetter Place as well. I talked about it before, I think at Talladega, right? Every team kind of has their... Oh, no! Who is that? Hold on. Josh Larson. Lordy. What happened to our friend Josh Larson? Let's take a look back. Oh my gosh, big damage. Oh, it's already... We're already in shambles. Oh no. Super unfortunate. I don't see where it happened on my end. Man. Hate to see it for Josh Larson. Was having a pretty decent day, I feel like. Yeah, it's not showing us kind of a marker as to when it happened, but super unfortunate. Gonna try and bring that baby back to pit road. Speaking of pit road, Brandon 6 comes down it with 24 minutes left to go in the race. I expect to see fuel only here, I'd imagine. We will see. Yeah, left side's not going up. So this could be the play, folks, for the race win. Will it be? Off he goes. Clean pit road. In and out. And away he goes. Adam Garza right there as well. Man, flying around. Good stuff from Brandon 6. So 6 right now is definitely good to go on fuel to the end of the race. We know that now. But the top 4, Conklin, Johnson, Bowie, and Garza, are they on the same strategy amongst themselves, right? Do they have to pit before the end of the race? I'm thinking they're going to have to, right? Conklin, though, we know he's 23 seconds ahead. He has the leverage to just kind of reel it back, right? He does not have to go full speed right now. He has such a huge advantage. So does he? Look at the far back. Look at Brandon Bowie way back there on the same straightaway, right? That right there is 33 seconds of a difference. So I feel like Conklin doesn't have to lay down heaters right now. He can just as easily just, hey, it's a Sunday cruise to try and win this race, right? Or are they committed to that strategy of just going all out? You know, Johnson, Bowie, Garza. It's going to be hard to tell, right? 6 we know is good to go. He can push. He does not need to save fuel at all. And look at this, though. Jacob Weist, man, I'll tell you what. Driver of the day, in my opinion, right now, is Jacob Weist. This dude, up 19 spots from where he qualified. And the absolute epitome of just practice, right? Told me earlier, hey, or in our Discord chat, right? Wasn't the biggest fan maybe initially, right? But you put some practice laps down, you do your thing, you kind of get a feel for it, and here you are. Knocking on the door of a top 5 at Le Mans is pretty wild, right? So good stuff out of Jacob Weist. Always impressive to see, for sure. Mark Whitley in P11 right now with the Harpoon Design Racing team on the hood. And man, we have to thank always Harpoon Design for all the paint schemes and the partnership, title sponsorship. And look at that rod right there, man. Hey, good stuff. Mark Whitley having a good season so far, I feel like. Had a chance to win Pocono, I feel like, maybe even Charlotte. But definitely a good season as in comparison to last season, right? 2-time champion here in this series. He can get it done. This season comes down to consistency, you know, more than race wins and things like that, right? So that could play into his favor, especially in the playoffs. But definitely on his way to figuring it out. Conklin still in P1, 23 seconds ahead. A couple of drivers going off track right now. Again, looks like that is Emery maybe off track, but not a bad job. And hey, this is one of those races too where just put the time in, right? I know it's a track that people aren't typically used to, right? But you know, this can be fun for a lot of people. You know, I personally like a challenge, and a lot of these guys probably aren't having fun right now, but I think when they look back to this race, I think they're going to be like, you know what? I'm glad I did that. I had fun. And on to New Hampshire, right? Because New Hampshire is next week, and that could be a big to-do too. So right now, Conklin up front again. Michael Johnson, P2 on the day, 25 seconds back just about. Brandon Bowie in third. Garza, 48 seconds back, and then Brandon 6, 49. I think here's the thing to consider too, right? You know, Conklin is up front. So even if these guys have to pit, right? Let's just look at Conklin's situation first. He is 50 seconds ahead of Brandon 6. Even if Brandon 6 can go the rest of the way on fuel, which we know he can, he's not gonna probably eclipse Conklin. Conklin will come down pit road, right? He'll do his fuel just to finish the race and take a splash, right? But that probably won't be enough to have Six pass him. So because that gap is just too big. So that's the big key right there. I think this strategy maybe it can still work, but seeing him spin out a few times and whatnot, that might have taken him out of the running, right? That gap had to have been a lot closer. Tell you what though, right now Garza and Six are really battling each other. Woo! Pretty close. Six doesn't want to turn him, but man, he is right there. But Six has to go, right? For everything I just mentioned, Six has to go. He cannot hold up. Everyone else looks like has to pit though. Weast in P6. Better place. Hey, pretty far back, a minute and 15 seconds back. But hey, this is what happens when it comes to green flag racing, road courses. An hour and a half is a long time on a road course to go straight, but no brakes. So it's also kind of like a mini endurance, right? Which is why we have the Cardano Endurance Cup. Most of the time, you know, drivers are on an oval track, right? Nice and easy. Always going left, but something like this is left and right and uphill and downhill and brakes and downshifting and upshifting and everything in between, right? So that's the hard part is, you know, getting, you know, kind of used to that, but doing it for 90 minutes straight, no breaks, I suppose, except your pit stop. For those of us who do endurance racing, you know, like Sebring or Daytona 24-hour, Bathurst, right? Things like that on the IMSA side of things. Hey, an hour and a half green is easy. Oh no, Weast, I'm being told. Let's see, off track a little bit. No. Oh, okay, hold on. Still in P6. Okay, good. I thought for a second he was way off pace, but let's go back and see. I think that's the same corner we saw Smecker dive into. Okay, no, it wasn't. It was a couple ones after that, but yeah, just cooked it too much, but not sure why it told me he crashed. Sometimes our system does that when they slow down too much, but all good. No harm, no foul there from Jacob Weast. "16 minutes to go, folks." That's not 16 laps. I'm not sure why it does that, to be honest. It did earlier. It showed us the seconds, but it's all good. We know the laps are about 4 minutes apiece, so we're about 4 laps away from the end of this race. Conklin, though, is up front and absolutely dominating. 27-second lead right now. We know the top 4 still need fuel to end the race, but I don't think their pit stop is going to be long enough to warrant Six in his alternate strategy to get to the front. So we will see. Conklin, Johnson, Bowie, and then Garza. Let's ride on board Garza actually, as he battles, man, Brandon Six. You'll see Brandon Six right there in the rearview mirror. Adam, though, really trying to defend. Hard into the braking zone here. Really hard. Might have blown it, actually. Oh, no! Hold on to it. Opens the floodgates here for Brandon Six potentially to get through. Maybe not. Didn't have the angle. I thought for a second, man, Garza really sent it in there. And he sure did, but that is okay. Six will have the draft right here a little bit. Closes the gap hard into the braking zone. Oh my word, a little bit of a shot right here, maybe from the 66 machine. Man, great racing right here for a top 5. Top 4, excuse me. Let's see. As we're on board, Adam Garza with the Husky hot lap. Good passing zone here. What does 6 do? Uh-oh, Garza, slow her down, baby. Woo! Not quite enough. Man. He goes around. 6 goes around Garza, man. What a turn of events that was. Good racing. Really, really close. 6 was pretty patient there. Just waiting for Garza to make a mistake, it seemed like, and he did do that, so good stuff. Johnson up to P2. By the way, quick update on a couple drivers. Van Drugmond, not on track right now. Looks like he dropped due to connection, which is unfortunate. So definitely a top 5 driver for the day. Out early. James Thurston blew his engine, I guess, somehow early in, I believe it was stage 2. So not sure what happened there. He was definitely a contender for the win. Man, led a bunch of laps and unfortunately just didn't get it done today. Smucker as well sent it into one of the corners on the second far backstretch out of the race due to damage. So a couple of guys on pit road right now, obviously damaged up and pretty well beat up. Daryl Young maybe just parked it. Josh Larson, obviously big damage. We saw that earlier too. So Ethan DeLeo, I gotta say, a good start to the season. Came in a couple races ago, right before the registration locked up for the season, and man, doing pretty good. Clean driver, showing up here right now, rocking P14, not too bad. I mean, when you look at the top 10 right now, I mean, that's a pretty good day, right? I feel like with this field and who we have on track, top 15 days, really, really good. Really impressed by Delaire today, for sure. Brady up to P13 again. For those of you who are Max Brady fans, couldn't load his paint scheme. This happened before too, as well. Not sure what the issue was. I know Trading Paints had an issue yesterday throughout the day, but yeah, just didn't load for whatever reason. Spencer Burns. Oh no! I was just gonna say, man, what a great day so far for him. Has made a killer recovery. Starting from the back of the field, but man, 14th. Meek's on track right here, on pit road. Some tires going on board that 55 Wheels America machine. And then off he goes. So, again, 11 minutes left to go. It's about 2.5 laps around this track. So, we know Conklin, Johnson, Bowie have to come down pit road for fuel. Or do they, right? Have they been saving fuel? Have they been not saving fuel? That's the big thing right now, right? It's hard to say, you know, where they're saving. Road courses are notorious for great fuel saving because you can just, you know, lift and coast down these long straights into a corner, right? But a lot can happen. So Sean Conklin in P1, Johnson and Bowie waiting to see what they do down pit road, if they come down at all. If they have to come down for fuel, I believe they have to come down now. Oh man, one car off track here. Who was that? I hear the I heard all the gravel. Oh no, is that Austin Salyers? I think it might have been. Rough day for Austin, but hey, 25th when there's 35 drivers in the field is not a bad day, right? Again, sometimes these races are just about attrition, getting through it. Zalazny down pit road, so we see him making his way. Conklin, if my notes are correct, I believe we're going to see him down pit road now as well. I could be wrong, but Could be this time by. And this is right. This is the other side of the strategy, is just go as hard as you can the entire race, knowing you have to make 3 stops. Okay, there we go. Not this time, it looks like. So you can go one more lap, maybe even the rest of the race. But so there's 2 sides to that coin, right? There's saving up fuel in the race to where you don't have to come down pit road 3 times, right? You can come down twice, which is what 6 was doing. Or you can do the Conklin scenario where you just go as fast as you can, knowing you have to pit 3 times. And then, you know, when that person only pits twice, you have the gap to manage it, right? Which is what we're likely going to see happening here with Conklin. So, hey, a good showing. We've seen many sub drivers come into ASRA and steal a win here and there. It can happen. These road courses are a good spot for it. Subs can come in at any time in the season, regular season, except the playoffs. So sometimes this can happen. And the thing is about this is that, or I guess is nice, especially this season, there's no win and you're in, right? So, you know, before, yeah, okay, sure. If a sub comes in and wins, you know, you have that case for like, oh, he's stealing a playoff spot for somebody who could have won the race. True. But in this format, this season, that's not the case, right? So a win is nice, and it gives you those playoff points, but a P2 is an extremely good points day. So it's all about points for the most part this season. As we see Frankie Barroso come down pit road here, so he's one of the ones having to come. And this is the tough part, right? I mean, this lap is just so long. A little under 4 minutes for the fast guy, so you know you can't hesitate, right? Like when you have to come, you just have to come. There's no way you can wait, and because you can't run the risk of running out the next lap, right, or the next couple of corners, because you're not going to go around in coast, right? That's the tough part. But 7 minutes left to go in the Cardano Grand Prix. Garza, man, Weist in P6. What a great story today for him. Very impressed. Fetter place at P7. He'll take it, I'm sure. Tim Robb up to P8. I'll tell you what, a double top 10 here for Weist and Tim Robb. Man, what an awesome job for both of these guys. Frankie Barroso did come down pit road, so he is good to go now. Hagen up to P10 after his couple of incidents in the gravel. Not going to be 3 straight here for John Hagen today, but hey, a good top 10 day potentially on the board. Mark Whitley down pit road as well. Whitley right now in P14, but again, a couple of guys have to still pit, it would seem. Or do they? Sean Conklin, very, very fast car. Nexus Esports on the side of that machine. Drew Jua, I'm sure, still in the chat. Excited to see his car potentially about to be in victory circle here at Le Mans. I'm sure he wishes it was him, but hey, a great day for Conklin. Doing his best Shane Van Gisbergen impression, coming in his first ever ASRA race and about to potentially win it. Does he come down pit road now? He does. Okay, so here we go. He had to come. Oh, squeezes through. Might be good right there. No speeding. Speeding will definitely kill every chance you had. Michael Johnson back, obviously 30 seconds back. Expect to see him coming down pit road as well, unless by some miracle Johnson can keep it going. That's the thing. Did Michael Johnson save enough fuel? Let's see. Oh, nope. Down pit road he goes. Conklin just now getting to his pit box. So there comes Johnson. Bowie, I'm sure we'll see him come down. Yes, he does. So Conklin already off pit road. Does 6 have enough to get through there? No, he does not. He is way behind. So Conklin right now with 4 minutes to go. This should be 2 laps to go here. When the timer runs out, that doesn't necessarily mean the race is over. They still have to kind of finish that lap that they're on, right? So the white flag might come out at an odd time, but it is all good. It's all based on delta times and whatnot, based on what the leader can finish at the end. But here we go. Bowie Johnson came down pit road, so 3rd and 4th. So again, 6 got up to P2, but 22 seconds back he is from Conklin. So Conklin just a little bit faster throughout the race, obviously, and then 6 just didn't have enough speed, it looks like, to get kind of in that threshold. Obviously, those 2 spinouts that we saw didn't help either. Unfortunate. A couple more guys down pit road. Weist in Fetter Place, Garza, as well as Tim Robb. So this is the second half of that top 10. No mistakes. Get in, get out. Off they go. Garza, Robb, Frankie Barroso stayed on track right here, so looks like he might have saved enough fuel to get himself to the end. Smart move if so, because hey, a top 6 after his after his wild first lap is a definite improvement. He'll take that all day, I'm sure. Scott Gasorn down pit road. Bunch more guys as well. Tim Robb still comes off, so there he goes. So, 2 minutes left to go. Brady, Dallaire, and Burns. Oh, Dallaire off track a bit there on pit entry. Burns gets around him on pit entry. Man, good stuff. Garza back down to P8, by the way. I wonder if Garza had that penalty. Yeah, he's a minute and 42 seconds back in 8th place. He definitely would have had that pit road entry black flag, like we mentioned, that could have probably happened. So that's unfortunate for Garza. Still a P8. Still really good. So Conklin in the lead with 1 minute to go. What a great job right now. The white flag not out yet. We should get it this next time by. Sometimes with timed races, the white flag could be right now even, right? If the timer goes down to 0, but we will see. Conklin, though, comes in, subs in for Jujua. Put on an absolute masterclass right now in Le Mans. The clock about to strike 0 with under 1 minute left to go here in the race. Will this be the white flag? Zero on the clock, so right now it is going to be the white flag lap, and at least it should be. Sometimes it doesn't always wave the white flag per se, but time-wise, that is the case. So 6 comes around here to finish this race off. Man, what a great race so far. As we wind it down, better place to P7. Garza, 8th place. Tim Robb actually got a word real quick that he might have spun out right here. Let's take a look. Oh, down this treacherous turn. Maybe broke too much, overcooked it. Oh, he looks fine. Oh, just slowed down too much. That is it. Not a bad day right here. Man, Anderson and Zelazny, teammates, and hey, they have their own team right now. AZR went back-to-back with John Hagen. And man, now with Conklin filling in for Drew Drua, might be an AZR 1-2-3 these past couple of races. So good stuff. They're about to go a lap down by the leader, but Conklin 24 seconds ahead of everybody else. About to come around second half of the field, the lap here, and get the W, unless something happens. But man, bunch of drivers. Unfortunate. We saw Drugman disconnection issue, and then Thurston with a really weird blown motor. A lot of contenders out of this thing. Brandon 6 tried his best to pull off the 2-stopper. He definitely made it work. A P2 is going to be a good day for him. But Conklin going to get the best for sure. But hey, Brandon 6 though, again, you can't be upset. I know you want the race win, but hey, you walk out of this thing probably with the most points with your stage win and whatnot. So a very, very good day. Ooh, Conklin and Anderson. Gotta be careful, you can't sell out now. Zelazny off the track, Anderson as well. Conklin not too far away now. Checkered flag should be this time by. Again, with timed races, it doesn't always happen, but we'll call it now. It's the Starch Industries 1 to go. Or I guess in this case, a couple more corners to go. Sean Conklin, though, comes in for Drew Drua, for Anderson Zelazny Racing, makes his first appearance in the ASRA Harpoon Design Cup Series. Has a bit of an issue on the front of the race and a couple of issues first half, but man, after he figured it out. Comes around these last couple of corners, and there he is, Sean Conklin. 2 more corners, 1 more. There it is. Sean Conklin wins the Cardano Grand Prix of Le Mans. Next up, Brandon 6 and P2. Still has to cross the line, obviously, but P2 for 6, not a bad day. Michael Johnson, 3rd spot. Again, still have to cross the line to make it official. Zelazny with a blown engine or something. Villalobos, oh no. Goes around. Brandon Bowie, going to be a top 4 for him. Not a bad day. Look at this, though. P5, Jacob Wiest. Unbelievable run today. My driver of the day. Couple more corners to go for Jacob Wiest. Look at this. Unbelievable job here for Wiest to get through. Started 25th spot. Worked his way to the front. And going to get himself a top 5 here at a very, very difficult Le Mans track. Awesome job. P5 for Jacob Wiest. Frankie Barroso. Big comeback after a lap 1. Man, big issue. Fetter Place are going to come around here too as well for a top 7. Good stuff. Top 10s are great. Adam Garza going to come through here for a top 8 as well. 8th place. Tim Robb, P9. So Apollo Motorsports going to go top 10. Really impressive run for these two. Rounding out that top 10, John Hagen going to be coming out around to the stripe as well. But that's going to be it. Sean Conklin is the man. Going to go around here. Victory lap a little bit. And we'll bring him back in just a second. We'll talk to your top 3, folks. Conklin, 6, and Johnson in just a second. We'll go and thank some sponsors, folks. Come right back.
Fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like Husky, fancy like doggy bowl empty, Vegas pool sleeping, rug pull, cash grab, NFTs delight, rug pull, cash grab, idiot.
All right, folks, welcome back right now to the conclusion of the Cardano Grand Prix of Le Mans. Sean Conklin is your winner. Unbelievable job here from Sean Conklin to win today's race. We're going to talk to the top three here in just a second once they start popping into the to the channel. Man, impressive run today. Conklin got the job done. Hopefully he knows to come into the Discord channel, obviously, to do his... Oh, here he is, right here. We'll talk to him first, actually, since he's here first. Let's get the man in. Here he is, the winner of today's Cardano Grand Prix. Man, Sean Conklin, unbelievable job today. Had some issues there at the beginning of the race, obviously. And, man, you just kind of powered through. Very dominant race. Kind of did your own Shane Van Gisbergen impression here. Came in, first race with ASRA on a road course. Got the job done, man. How do you feel?
Feels pretty good. You know, it feels like redemption. I had a league race here a little while ago, and fell out of our hands at the last lap, and it was actually against Van.
Oh man!
No, it was a good race. Had some struggles in the beginning, obviously the spin and the incident with the lap car, but each time we were able to just pull ourselves back up and keep focused, keep going forward, and we were able to pull it out at the end, just trying to keep clicking off lap times and just making it to the end, and that was all that mattered there. Had some issues, I guess, with James and Van. I'm not sure what happened to them, but we just kept going, and we were able to get the win, and it's pretty cool.
Yes, sir, man. Yeah, really impressive, obviously. I mean, just talk to the people real quick. Like, how does this car you know, how's it feel in this track? Obviously, it's not like a real life situation, right, where we see this, but you know, does the car work on the track? Did you enjoy it? Was it fun? Like, what do you think?
So, I personally I like the track. I just like the problem with going fast here is you need to be as close to the hit the wrong button there. You need to be as close to the slowdown to be to be fast. You need to be like right on the verge of getting a slowdown in every single corner to be fast. So sometimes you go over that limit and you get the slowdown and you fall back a second or two. So that part is just kind of like annoying. This is really the only track that kind of does that, but the track itself, like discarding that, is fun. And I love these cars on road courses, so all around it was a fun race.
It's good to see, man. Obviously, a huge win for you. And Drew, hey, we've seen subs before come in and win races and good stuff, man. Hopefully we see you again here sometime soon. But hey, real quick, give us your shout outs, man. Any sponsors or friends and family you got? You want to shout them out?
I just want to shout out Drew and Adam for reminding me that the race was going on today. So yeah, big thanks to Drew for letting me drive his car here tonight. And yeah, glad to pick up the win for him.
Good stuff, man. Hey, we'll catch you next time, dude. Go and celebrate. Big win.
Thank you.
Well, there he is, Sean Conklin, the big winner today for the Cardano Grand Prix of Le Mans. Good to see in that green car. Let's bring in P2, Brandon 6. Usually go 3, 2, 1, but we'll go 1, 2, 3 this time. Here he is. P2 on the day. Brandon 6, let's sneak him in. Here he is, Brandon 6, finishing P2 on the day. Obviously, we know, man, hey, a great race for you. Probably got the most points, actually, out of anybody on this race. But try to go for that two-stop strategy, it looks like. And, I mean, it worked, almost. But, man, so close. Just couldn't close the gap, man. How'd it go for you, from your view?
Yeah, it was, I actually enjoyed the race. I actually enjoyed this track. I've only ever driven this track once, and that was in a GTP car. So I kind of didn't really know it that well, and I didn't know how it was going to be in a next-gen car, but it was actually a lot of fun to drive once you kind of knew the limits, but some people knew the limits a lot more than myself. So Sean and Van, and I know Thurston, those three were in a different level. They were about a second half quicker than most of us, and I knew I didn't have anything for them, so I kind of went with the strat of trying to just maximize points, honestly, is what I try to get out of here with, is just try and get the stage points on both of them, and just get a solid finish. I knew I'd probably leapfrog my teammates there through that strategy, but luckily it worked out, and I think like you said, I think I ended up with the most points for the night, so I'll take it, especially with the way my season's been going, so.
Definitely a great recovery for sure. We know you're great at road courses, and hey, after last week, definitely a good showing today. That PC held on, it looks like, and that green machine, that Battle Beaver machine, looks like it got a good finish today too. So not a bad day, and man, good stuff today. Give us real quick your shout outs, any sponsors or friends and family. What you got for us?
Yeah, I just got to shout out Battle Beaver, being on the car again this season, and then obviously Bowie Esports. We try really hard to get wins in this league, and it's definitely getting tougher now as time's going on. More and more faster guys are coming in, but we enjoy the challenge, and we hope it continues. And then shout out to you, Steve, obviously for putting on the broadcast and the league, and obviously the beautiful green machine that I drove for the past 2 weeks. Did it for St. Patty's, and this will probably be the last race I run it, and I'll be back to my nice blue car.
Nice. Hey, love to hear it. Good job, man. We'll catch you next week in Loudon.
Yep. Thanks, Steve. Have a good one.
There he is, Brandon 6 for the P2. Good stuff. Yeah, not having the best season so far, but man, that can turn around in a heartbeat. Today, definitely maximize points. Let's bring in Michael Johnson. Awesome finish again out of Michael Johnson. Here he is, Michael Johnson in that 39 Rich D PC machine, man. Looking good. P3 on the day. He had a lot of speed there for a while. Obviously, 6 eclipsed you with his pit strategy, but man, really solid job. Very minimal mistakes I saw from you today. talk to us about your race, man.
Yeah, just try to keep it on the track. Made a few mistakes out there, lost the time, which I had a few off tracks. May could have got 6 if I hadn't had those, but I'm sure he probably had a few off tracks there too. So we probably evened out there in the long run. But yeah, good solid top 3 finish for us. Didn't hardly have the speed for the win. We were second or 2 off there, so we just settled in and we got what we could get.
Yeah, it's really good to see, man. I feel like you've been like the king of consistency now for a while in this series. You just do a really good job on every medium that we go to, right? Short track, intermediate, road course, whatever. You always seem to be in that fight, right? Top 5, top 10, whatever. That's really good. That win's coming for sure. I think you're definitely on my list and definitely in the fans, viewers list of guys to win next, right? That's coming for sure. And it's really impressive to see how far you've come, man. Good stuff again, P3 today. At a tough track, right? Le Mans. Give us real quick, man, any shout outs you might have, sponsors, friends and family, what you got for us?
Yeah, I would just thank Rich DPC being on the car, all the guys at Bowie Esports, and then thank the good Lord above also.
Yes, sir, man. Hey, awesome job today in Le Mans P3. We'll catch you next week for New Hampshire. Have a good night, dude.
Yeah, thanks, sir.
All right, folks, there it is. The end of Le Mans, man. What an incredible time today. A lot of fun. And I just don't know what else to say. A lot of fun. Big shout out, by the way, to Cardano. These guys are awesome people, and they put on a lot of effort and passion into what we do here in ASRA. So really happy to see them come on board, obviously, for the Cardano Endurance Cup, but also in general, right, for the league. They do a lot for us, and we love, and we try to reciprocate that with what we do here. So big thanks to them. And by the way, shout out to you folks for sticking around, watching the race. Next week, we start our mid-season madness in-season tournament next week in New Hampshire. It's going to be a lot of fun. That track was just rescanned and re-artworked and everything, so it's going to be a lot of fun to see how that track looks and feels as we get going. So join us again next week at 9 p.m. Eastern Time here on Race Day. We'll catch you then. And hey, have a good night, folks. Man, Sean Conklin, your winner. Dominant race. Good stuff today. Have a good night, folks. We love you. Take care.